What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another couch video. Too many men are clueless out here. Too many men are clueless. Yeah, man. Hey, look, real quick though, two things. One, couldn't head to the gym this morning. Got some stuff to do around lunchtime, 12, 1 o'clock. So I was like, let me take care of my business first. And two, man, I love some smooth jazz. Got Mark Duke it. Can't Hide Love. Man, I don't know if I pronounced his name right. I just know the tune. Yeah, I hope y'all can hear it good. Let me turn it up just a bit. Anyway, this is too many clueless men out here, man. Seriously, it's clueless. You know, and I was thinking about this. Somebody had told me yesterday made a comment, said they tried to tell them about my books and also the books of the Grand Master of Verbal Seduction, ARC. And he called the guys nerdy. This commenter called the guys nerdy and stuff, called them nerdy guys. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, that's par for the course. What I say before, when I came out with my book, Nice Guys and Players, selling it to a true nice guy or a guy you know needed some help, man, my sales percentage had to be less than 10% to them directly. Less than 10%. It was the good bars, the players, the black pillars would call them Chads and Tyrones who were buying my shit up like crazy. You could tell the guy, I'll be looking at the guys like, you don't really need this. They still boarding. And I was like, okay. And I was thinking about that though, because something else. I've been checking out this show on Netflix. It's called Love on the Spectrum. Love on the Spectrum is about like people, men and women who are on the autism spectrum. They're just looking for love. Like one guy I'm rooting for on there. I've only watched the first 4 episodes, and don't tell me what happened. I still got to watch the last 2, but I was like, this is a guy 63 years old. Good guy, too. Got a radio voice and stuff. And, like, if he didn't say he was on the spectrum, you probably wouldn't think he was. But he was just talking about he just wanted somebody, And I was like, man, But I was thinking about these guys out here who think they know the game. They think they know what's up. Thinking like some guys who writing books don't know what they're talking about. I'm like, well, hold up, dude. Hold up. These guys ain't had sex or very limited sex. Ain't had a real girlfriend. They're going to try to say a guy who, if they were to say, well, if they were to approach me and say, well, where have you been? Well, I've had everything from one night stand to a marriage and stuff. One night stand to a marriage, definitely sexual experience, relationship experience with women, dated more than, you put me in any room, I've been on more dates than probably most of the guys in the room. Had sex more than most of the guys in the room. And these days, been in more relationships, everything from friends with benefits to marriage than any guy in the room. So I'm like, okay. But I was thinking about it though. A lot of guys just don't know what they don't know, or they trying to think, but what good is it? I'm going to tell you, going through life, you got to experience stuff. Because one of the things I even say with myself, I say this, I've told this, anybody who's listened to me would, co-sign me on this, that I've said this. I said, no matter what I'm saying, go out and test it out. I said that. Because at the end of the day, you got to get experience. Because I'm just saying one thing, but you can't live off my experience. In fact, I said, no matter what, find what works for you. Even body game, I said, find the body type that draws women your way and stuff. Oh, and let me say something real quick, because I ain't mentioned somebody wanted to know how to get started to grow. And I said, well, hit the gym. He said, well, then what? I told him, hit the gym first. Little secret about that. Get your body right, women start paying attention more. You'll start automatically developing the other stuff. Shoot, even if you shy, they'll find a way to come to you. I'm just saying. That'll help you develop the rest, but you got to have bait first. And see, here's the thing with that. I know that I've been with women. I mean, seriously, you got guys out here, they having trouble dating. They ain't been with a woman, no children, any indication like they've even interacted with a woman. You can't find a good picture of them hugging up a woman and stuff. No children, no indication they've been in a relationship. But then they want to tell what they think. And I'm like, well, have you been around these guys? Like, here's the thing. And I really do mean the think part, because you got a lot of guys saying, well, it just takes looks, money, and status. Well, those things work. But here's the issue with that. What happens when you got men out here who look average? I use myself. I always tell people I'm just average. I've said it. You know, like when I was doing those handsome man videos, I had some guys, well, you're just average. Yeah, but I get pussy though. I mean, you know, because ultimately, I told somebody the other day, I was talking with one man in a circle. I said, all I'm doing is telling motherfuckers how to get pussy. At the end of the day, you know, get a relationship if you want. Whatever you want. You know, you can get, I'm telling you how to get it. As far as how you want to relate to women and everything. But, you know, and there's other guys like me telling you the same. They even necessarily dating coaches. You got some guys, they ain't online and stuff. They happily married or happily knocking down a different woman every other weekend. Every weekend, every 3 days, you know? I mean, it's out there, but see, a lot of guys, a big part of the problem is a lot of guys want to go by what they think, but never what they know. They don't have the experience. And then when you tell, they say, well, how can I get the experience? What book can I read? And it's like, you got to go out and do it. That's why one of the free games I always give away is get used to talking to 3 women a day. And I give you some, or at least saying hi. I give you something else. Like a lot of guys, I'm going to tell you something now. A lot of guys get caught up in the, I don't want to be a woman's friend. Stop for a second. At the very least, the way you get a girlfriend, you got to start, at the very least, you got to start off being able to talk to them and everything. Like even that friend is practice. Because if you're talking about a relationship, like, let me talk about that looks, money, and status thing. Well, first of all, looks, great for bait. Because body game is technically part of looks. Or even if you're going to talk about handsome, let the barber bless you, fix your beard, something. I've been saying that. Okay, then what? And even the money and status, let's put it like this. They draw attention, but you got to take that with a grain of salt. But even then, what else you got? But hold up, before I even go on to the other stuff that you got to have, and I challenge a man and say you don't have to have this other stuff, but let me go back to the money and status thing. One thing that really gets on my nerves, it really do, that when men think, well, I got to have money to get women. Okay, so what are you doing? Are you getting a degree or getting a certification so you can make more money? You got a side hustle? You working on a business? On my money channel, and I've talked about it a lot, even started the money channel because so many guys say, well, take money. I said, okay, let's talk about having that mindset to get money. They were like, if I get 300 views on a video on my money channel, that's a good day. That's a good day. It's stuff. So you get some guys thinking, well, I need money. Are you working to get money? And they say, no, I just take money and status. Are you working? What are you doing to get it? Because like I said, it does work. Maybe not to the extent, and yeah, you better like really vet that woman, you know, because a lot of women, they looking for tricks, but you might get some. Okay. What are you doing to get the money? What are you doing to build your status? Are you trying to be like the best in your field? Something, at least doing that. No. You're going to say, well, it's money and status, but then you're working on the same penny ante job. You're going to say it's looks, but you're going to push somebody like me. You're going to push back against me when I say body game. Because actually, if you work out a way, that actually even affects your face. and everything. But they don't want to do all that. But even with all of that, that's still just at best bait. All right. So what happens when you guys sit down and have a conversation with that woman? I'm serious. It's like these guys think it's just that. It's like that just get them over there at best. What you got to do when you actually got to talk? Like I always say, women will say about a good-looking man, they'll say he was all right till he opened his mouth. And if they horny enough, the situation right, they might still have sex. But there are plenty of handsome men. That's why I got a whole playlist of handsome man videos. And that's like one of the few times there was the demand for it. Because, you know, I follow my own agenda. That's one of the few times there was such a demand for it. People ask. And stuff. And to be clear, even those videos, they ain't based necessarily on me. At all. At all. People don't know how many people I talk to, how much feedback, how much coaching I've done in 20 years. And you get these guys looking like fashion models, paying me money, buying my books, paying me money. And I was like, well, hold up. Why you having a problem? And stuff. You know? You can see when somebody got a good haircut and shit and teeth right. Everything smooth. No serious blemishes. So it was like, well, why you having a problem? And shit. So that's why I said, boom. And especially when they would come back and tell me, they were like, yeah, Ron, this woman cheated on me. You'd be like, cheated on you? Yeah, it'd be like some stuff. So you need, you get them over there. And in fact, I've talked to many women. They'll say, yeah, the guy was cute, but he didn't like his conversation. Many women have said that. And in fact, many women have called, I've personally known women who called like some handsome dude corny or something. Corny, a cornball. You know? No, that means you got to have more. Yeah, you get them to look, but you got to have more and stuff. You got to have more. And then, look, let's just be real. A lot of men, they act like they're scared to approach or scared to be dominant. Women care about that masculinity. A lot of women complaining about that. Indeed, that's why you get some young women, they'll go for an older man because the older man is still going to be masculine. You know? And look, I'm going to tell you what. Fuck all the bullshit. And like I said, I've talked to people and everything. Let me just say from personal experience. I know what I'm talking about because I experienced it. I know how to get pussy. And I've had 50 years to figure the shit out. 50 years of experience. And if anybody doubt that, well, you find an FBI profiler. And have them examine my body language as I say all of this. Put me up to a lie detector test. Especially for like these nerdy guys. They haven't had the experience. Like my mentor, Master Yao Yamache Morse, he told me the story. He had it in his books too. But he told me the story. It's a real life thing. You had some select men in the room and some non-select. One of the select guys who actually know. We're familiar with each other. Chopped it up a few times. That buddy though. But he was talking about how he had like a threesome and everything. He said, Master Yao said, some other guys in the room didn't believe him. How come they didn't believe him? Because it hadn't happened to them. Because that's really what it is. The main thing they clue it hasn't happened to them. So just because it hasn't happened to them, they think, oh, that's impossible. No, you're only speaking for yourself. Like, one thing I said in a video, I talked about quality women in my video today, right? Quality women. And somebody came on there and called them a unicorn. And there's a lot of guys that don't believe they're around. And I'm like, no, it depends. It depends. But they are around. And stuff. I don't care what type of they are around if you got the right mindset. Because one thing, too, you learn, especially you develop yourself as a man, you learn how to spot them. Or at least be where they're going to be and stuff. Most of the women I've dated as an adult, had sex with as an adult, were educated. Have children by as an adult, were well educated. Got a classy demeanor and stuff. They ain't on some ratchet shit. Definitely love men. So they out there. Now somebody say, well, Rom, how'd you do it? What you do to get it and everything? Look, first of all, I just developed myself to the best extent possible. Gave him the bait, fixed myself up, make sure the Baba blessed me. Always had the straight teeth. And hit the gym, especially when I hit the gym, because women love muscles. I'm gonna get into that in a second. I'm gonna get into that part in a second and stuff. But then my mind was right. Only person I will say on this planet who could beat me out as far as a mouthpiece and having a conversation with a woman is Alan Roger Curry. I give him that dap. But if your name ain't ARC and you ain't inserting dog faces into videos, I go against you. Now, if you beat me, I'm gonna make you sweat. You beat me out, you put us in a group of women, you beat me out, I respect it. But I'm just saying, though, I ain't worried about it. Yeah, you can beat me out, but I'm gonna make you sweat. Shoot, we got to get numbers of 100 women, just the two of us. You might beat 52 to 48. So I know, so I can talk to her. But I just figured it out. And plus, one of my biggest things, and on Rom TV, I got 2 series where I'm getting into that, reading women sexually and also turn her out. One of the things, and some people who've been on my other site, my Raw site, know I've done some webinars. I just read women real well. Women got so many tell signs if you learn how to read them. Even if you're not some fashion model, if you know which buttons to push, if you know how to be in yourself, like first what they generally go for, and then have an idea about their psychology, you can always get something. Now, if you're going to get supermodel of the world, maybe not, because, well, you're going to have trouble meeting her anyway. That's a whole other conversation. Because let's be real, ain't a lot of dimes around. Ain't a lot of dimes around. You're talking 1 in 10,000. All right? Some people say 1 in 1,000. Okay, that's still difficult. And then you got to live the right place. And I'm going to tell you what, though. You just figure it out. It's out there, I'm telling you. But here's something else, too. Because, I'm known for body game. I push it so much. I done worked in several gyms, been in several gyms. Even at my age, 57, I was at the gym just earlier this week. Woman with a nice old body and stuff, nice tight body and stuff. Talking about, oh, you looking real fit. Gave me that look. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's still drawing attention. And I ain't tight like I was, as tight as I was at 27, still getting attention. You're still tighter than most people, though. Firepower. Look, here's the thing. It works. One of the things, though, like even in putting my book together, just talking with players since the 80s, watching them. Shit, going back to 1979, just seeing the football players which football players were tearing up the women, which athletes were tearing up the women, which street players were tearing up the woman. And then all the way up to when I put out my book, and still kept going. Like with the body game. I always use the example of male exotic dancers, gigolos, those men are beach boys in places like Jamaica, Gambia, Bali, and everything. Wait, hold on a second. Sorry about that, had to sneeze. It's allergy season. It's always something. But anyway, I just use those examples and see how women go crazy. There's so many examples of women going crazy over muscles. Even that show I told you I was watching about the autistic adults, looking for love. When the mother of one of the autistic guys said, oh yeah, the guy didn't really have any muscles. She said, yeah, show your muscles. Like, it's so out there. You got studies and everything. So I'm like, it works. I've seen women, I've had dudes, muscular dudes, show me the love letters from some women and stuff. Show me the love letters from some women. You sit there and watch it. You go in the gym, working in the gym, I could just sit there and just watch different women going for guys. In fact, one gym I was doing sales at, I would just, if as soon as a woman come in, I'd take her through the main part where the men were working out at, and then be signing her up 10 minutes later. Of course, the women come back, they be wearing cat suits. One woman came back wearing a cat suit, had some full makeup on, and some perfume to work out. I was like, at least I got that commission from her. But look, it's out there. It's out there. And I would say this, because I can keep talking forever about this. A lot of guys need to just say, if you don't know, if it's not working, just be humble and ask. And then just try whatever someone suggests. Just try it. That's all you have to do. Try it. Just try it. Even if you see the guy is like real successful, you see him with women all the time, still try it. Like I said before, I've yet to have somebody say they read my book and everything, and then actually applied it, and they still, they didn't get any women. Now, there was this one guy, and I know it was a troll, because the dude was like, yeah, I'm buff and everything, I got sex appeal, and the women always playing hard to get. If you got sex appeal, you always gonna get women. So he was contradicting us, so I say, okay, he capping. If you got sex appeal, you get women. Women want to have sex. It's just that simple. Then they constantly looking at a man to have sex. Hence body gain. Just like a big breast and a small waist and a big old butt put a man into a trance. Some women nowadays, but put a man into a trance. Shoot, some big old shoulders and stuff. Firepower, chest, all of that. As long as you got that V, they do the same thing to them. And shit. And then have some, if you got some calves, legs too, full body, they the same way. But somebody got to get out there and do it. Or even if they don't want to do that, figure out what these other guys doing. You got some guys, you know what, they might be great dressers or something. They dress well and stuff, got that smooth rap and everything, that mouthpiece, Or even those guys who genetically blessed with just that extremely handsome face. Even they had to have some game. You'll notice they'll still hit the gym too. They ain't going to be super muscular, but they'll still hit the gym too. Have decent shape anyway. Still dress well. They still got to talk. And then let's just be real. You got the most successful players out here who just get multiple women, woman after woman. They can read a woman better than a psychologist. At least figure that. And the best way to learn it is, and here's some game. I'm giving y'all some free game. For all the men out there, every single time you encounter a woman, just record it. Every single thing about her. Every single time. Even if she reject you, okay, what did you do? What did she do? How did she look? What race was she? What was the situation? Record it. Then after a while, but especially record the ones where they seem receptive. Especially they say, well, hold up. This one was receptive, but here's how I was dressed and looking and everything. Why don't I repeat that? Seriously. So anyway, yo, that's all I have for today. Yeah, I ain't go to the gym, so I'll be doing some push-ups and squats at home and everything. I said, let me do this before I'll be too out of breath or something. Got some stuff. I got showered. Ooh, damn. I was just looking at the clock. It's amazing. Time goes fast when you're having fun. So anyway, that's all I got for today, y'all. And get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.